All right, coming up, there's more turmoil at Twitter and more backlash against Elon Musk. And now the billionaire is going after Dr. Anthony Fauci. And there's more QAnon tropes. There's a lot to discuss. Next. Billionaire Elon Musk wading deeper into the culture wars this weekend, taking to Twitter to echo QAnon talking points.
And even as Twitter relaunches their Twitter Blue plans, news of more upheaval in the company. Twitter announcing in an email to employees that they are disbanding their trust and safety council.
Good. What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? The move comes after the week after 3 members of the council actually resigned, calling Musk out and saying the safety and well-being of Twitter's users is on the decline. We're back now with John Berman, also CNN media analyst Sarah Fisher, and Charlie Dent is back with us as well. I mean, it's pretty stunning, first of all, on that point, Sarah, to think about that council being disbanded. A pretty important function you would think they'd have to have.
Yes, and Elon Musk says he's going to have his own content moderation council, but where is it? He said that he was going to be making all of these content moderation changes after he appointed a council, basically to replace the existing one, but he's nowhere near doing that. This council was responsible for helping guide Twitter, not making decisions on things like how do you deal with hate speech, how do you deal with things like child pornography, really serious issues. They were not meant to sway Twitter one way or another, just offer helpful guidance. The fact that he's disbanding it is a little bit of a concerning move.
It's an outside council? Sorry.
Well, just that the hate speech is
Right.
also on it, markedly.
Outside counsel. So these are experts, people in civil rights groups, people who work in advertising who can help Twitter. Oftentimes these groups work with other platforms such as Meta and Snapchat. So they're bringing in some of their expertise from social media at large to help Twitter make these policies better.
John, here's what Elon Musk tweeted this weekend. My pronouns are prosecute Fauci. So cheeky, but also strange, because does he not realize that Dr. Fauci isn't a governor? He didn't make, basically what he's talking about is that he didn't like the shutdowns of the country. Dr. Fauci didn't make policy. He was a medical expert, a doctor. And so I think that Elon Musk's anger and ire is misdirected. Maybe he doesn't even know that Dr. Fauci didn't shut down different states.
Look, I seem to remember that Elon Musk predicted the pandemic was going to be over in April of 2020, didn't he, at one point? David Brinkley wrote a book with a great title once. It was Everyone is Entitled to My Opinion, right? I think Elon Musk falls into that category of people who believes everyone is entitled to my opinion, that his views are so exalted and important that everyone deserves to hear them. What makes him different than a lot of, I think, these corporate titans who are full of themselves like this is the dude bought a media company, right? He bought a media company where he can amplify his views, however valid or not valid, informed or ill-informed they might be. It's reminiscent. These are very different cases, but Henry Ford bought the Dearborn Independent, bought his local newspaper so that he had an outlet to spout his anti-Semitic views in the 1920s. He was a corporate titan who was convinced he was right about something. How do I get the message out there? I'll buy a newspaper. So Elon Musk has now bought this platform and can do whatever he wants with it, and he's showing the world he is going to do whatever he wants with it.
I also think, though, and I'm going to bring you in, Charlie, that he is somebody who's a provocateur in some respects as well. I'm not diminishing any of the comments or in any way excusing them, but he is attempting, I believe, to try to get the attention, to try to get it away from the bad press he's gotten, of course, on a lot of different notions of it. In fact, there's consequence to the way he's done. You had the former former head of trust and safety having to flee his home because of escalating threats, because of things that he's actually said. So there are real consequences as well. But is this something that can be course corrected by anyone other than Elon Musk, his own prerogative?
Well, if he's trying to change the subject and course correct, this was not the way to do it. Attacking an 80-some-year-old man who, frankly, is a hero within the public health community, given his record. I had the wonderful opportunity to work with his team during the Zika crisis. This man Fauci has a great reputation. And as has been pointed out, he did not shut the government down. He was asked to deal with it. Did he make mistakes? Did the public health team make some mistakes along the way with shifting guidance? Of course they did. But this is so misdirected. In a battle with Fauci, I think Fauci's going to win. But as John and others have pointed out, he has a platform, and Elon Musk is going to discover real fast that he's going to have to engage in content moderation, just as any other platform does. A newspaper, they choose which letters of the editor to publish and not to publish. They're always moderating content. Musk is going to have to do the same thing, whether he likes it or not. Taking on Fauci is a loser for him. It'd be a loser for Republicans if they go after him, in the hearings coming up in 2023.
Sarah, real quick, from your perspective, is there a way that he can be accountable? I mean, who does he answer to now at Twitter?
The users. And if the users are liking it, he's going to double down. And the challenge here is that the engagement with Twitter has actually gone up because it's one of those things where even though Elon Musk uses the platform, to John's point, to spew his beliefs, people can't get enough of watching the train crash.
But when you say the engagement has gone up, more people have become Twitter members?
More users.
They're called users now.
More users, more engagement with tweets. I think that part of this new world is that everyone feels like they can engage in it more, whether or not you're on one side or the other. Now, I don't necessarily think that Elon Musk is doing everything right, but he's definitely making Twitter a hotter platform than it was before in terms of making it more popular. And at the end of the day, that's what he cares about. This is a business.
That's fascinating.
Business for hate.
For $8,
State
you
speech
get
as
a
well.
check. You get a blue check.